going on? Well, yesterday I was talking about animal justice emergency and the need to really look at the systematic way, the systems of oppression that are used to really, well, to completely use and destroy trillions of living beings. And by the systems, I'm talking about the animal food industry. By food, I'm talking about institutions like Tyson's and McDonald's and those kind of setups. Then there's the animal agriculture industry, who tend to be fairly sort of like hidden, and they're sort of like satellite industries like media and the industries that produce the instruments of torture and death and murder and all sorts of other and horrible things. So those would be people like the tulip slaughterhouses and the so-called mega farms and all these other animal farming, so-called farming, it's not, it's death camps. That's the second set of institutions that we should be targeting. The third set, number 3, is really important. It's the media. So as a journalist in a previous incarnation, I'm very aware of the way that the media operates to legitimize and to put forward the concept of speciesism, i.e. that human animals are far, far, far better than other kinds of animals, and it's entirely up to us how we as human animals choose to use our non-human animals that are with us on this planet. So the media transmits everything, and whether that's online or offline or print or social, it doesn't make a difference. So that's the third institution. The fourth institution, 1, 2, 3, 4, is the politicians. So the politicians and the whole sort of like political class, they need to be taken on board as well, because obviously they're hand in glove with the fifth institution, which I'll come to in a minute. And they kind of, well, we all know what politicians do or don't do, and for most of them, sadly, they have their own particular priorities, and their priorities are not really necessarily what we would agree with, and certainly from their behaviour, you know, they're not really sort of like, not that many vegan politicians. So that's the fourth. The fifth, yep, that's the fifth, is the legal institutions. So they obviously have their, that's the laws and the sort of test cases and everything like that goes along with saying how we should treat not just non-human animals, but obviously human animals as well. So, and these 5 institutions are really key to talk to and to think about and to strategically approach in all sorts of different kinds of ways in vegan and animal rights activism. So activism isn't just about having one-to-one conversations. If you think about it in terms of how people, when they were trying to change attitudes towards sort of like sexism and discrimination against women, or homophobia and discrimination against gay people, or racism and discrimination against people of colour, they did not rely on one-to-one conversations with other people who were probably indulging in those kind of like oppressions, consciously or unconsciously. They didn't rely on one-to-one conversations. They did a number of different tactics and strategies and ways of organising over years or decades, thank you, to change the whole system. So that's what we at Animal Justice Emergency are looking at. So we'd love to hear what your point of view about this is. Do you think one or other of those institutions is more important, or do you think we should be sort of like going for all 5 of them? And if so, should we be prioritising them? What would you like to do? I know you've got your thoughts there. This is Animal Justice and Emergency. Animal Justice Emergency, asking you what you think about what we should do next. It's an emergency. It needs some drastic action. Thank you for your time today. You have a wonderful day. Stay safe.